What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. I'm sorry because I haven't posted in a while, but I've been busy with work and some other things. So anyways, today's video, like the thumbnail says, Hummer H2 radio downgrade. Why would you want to downgrade your radio? There's a couple of reasons you might want to do that. If you're a mom and pop dealership, you might have had a H2 from the auction. There was no radio on it, or there was a radio on it and it quite didn't work, or for whatever reason you want to get that radio out and you want to bring the H2 back to stock setup. This is going to work for anywhere from 2003 till 2007, I believe. There's a lot of these H2s that came with a regular 6 CD XM, AM, and FM setup. A lot of people want to go ahead and put a nav unit on this, guys. The nav unit that came with the truck from the dealership. Now, in 2003, which was first year model, and 2004, I don't remember the exact unit that was available, but I know 2005 and up, I believe, there was a unit that was a bit of an upgrade to the previous one. Some Escalades had a unit that was newer, and actually, let me show you the one I have right now. The one I have in my H2 is 2004, by the way. The nav unit that I have on my H2 right now came from an H2, but it was 2006 unit. And let me show you what that looks like right now. This unit right there is the one that I have right now. I'm gonna try to hold the camera to turn it on, and you'll see that the minute I turn the truck on, you should see the Hummer logo and everything on it. Let's see. There you go. So that's the unit that I have. This unit came off of a 2006 Hummer H2. Now, if you get this unit, there's a couple of part numbers that are compatible or that are able to come back to an older truck. This is 2006, my truck is 2004. All you need really to make the unit work is a Tech 2 I don't know if I should say scanner or a tool. For those of you that are familiar with GM, that are not familiar with GM vehicles, the Tech 2 is pretty much the scan tool that the dealer uses for trucks about this age or a little newer than that. There was a year where those tools were not usable anymore. But what you do with the Tech 2 is you get hooked up right there with the OBD port, and you're able to program a few things or a lot of things to these trucks or similar trucks in this year. And one of them things is the radio. If you got a hold of an 06 unit or the unit that looks like this, and your truck is an 03 or an 04, you might head to the dealership. Now, you go to the dealership, you tell them, hey, this is what I want to do. I want you guys to reprogram this radio to my truck. You install the radio yourself, showed up at the dealer. For the most part, the first time you install the radio, when you turn the truck on, you're gonna see a def lock message on the screen. A lot of times when you go to the dealership, the dealer is gonna say that's not possible. That doesn't work. I can't remove that def lock message. They can, and it'll work. What happens is a lot of these radios are only made to communicate if your H2 had the luxury amp. How do you know if you had a luxury amp or a premium amp? The quickest way to find out, when you show up at the dealership with your radio installed, and in case you want to know how to install this radio back in, I will try to make another video on how the whole process goes to. But you pretty much, if you figure how to take your dash off and everything, you pretty much have to just use the factory harness that you see hit on the back, plug it into the nav unit, and you should see the unit power up with the def lock system. If the unit is not unlocked. Most likely it won't be unlocked when you get it off of eBay or OfferUp. the guy at the dealership is gonna unlock it for you. Now, sometimes when they try to unlock it, it won't work the first time because the procedure that they follow on the Tech 2 scan tool is that they put in first the year of the car they're gonna work on. If they put the year, like in my case, mine is an 04, that radio came off of an 06 H2. If I bring this to the dealer, they're gonna try and put 04, and when they follow the procedure, which only takes about a minute or two, it's not gonna unlock the radio. Let me tell you, let me give you a piece of advice. You need to tell the guy at the dealer, listen, please try one more time, but remember, put the year of the radio itself. In my case, we needed to put 06 H2, and when the guy followed the procedures, the radio came right back on, unlocked. Now, what happened was, my Hummer had the PREMIUN setup, PREMIUN sound setup, both setup with PREMIUN. That means that the amp will only communicate with certain units like this, not this one. So after the guy did that, I wasn't getting any sound, and then I had to do my research. What I find out is that I should have got a unit that's different than this one. It looks just the same, but it's different part number. Those units work with the PREMIUN setup or the luxury setup. Now, what does a luxury amp looks like and the PREMIUN amp looks like? I'm trying to put a link in the description, or y'all might include a clip or a little picture on this video. What's it look like? If you find out after you unlock your radio that you have no sound at all, that means you have a PREMIUN amp. You can go online, eBay or offroad if you're on the States, and buy a luxury amp from an Escalade, from another H2. Most likely, when you put that amp on the H2, you take your PREMIUN amp out, you put your luxury amp in. You might only get sound from the passenger side. The reason why you're only gonna get sound out of the passenger side is because you got that amp from another truck. You need to go back to the dealership, or if you have a friend that has a Tech 2, and you need to tell them the only thing I need is you to reprogram the amp. A lot of dealers won't do it. Some other dealers are willing to do it. Keep in mind, it's only a couple of minutes, but they're gonna charge you at least an hour of service. Depending on what part of the country you are, it's about 125 to 150 or maybe more. They're going to charge you a whole hour of service, and it only takes them a few minutes. Why? I don't know. You all know how dealers are, but you know, man's got to pay. So that's how you're going to get sound out of all the speakers. After that, you're going to be able to get your sound for the. Some of you guys might see that little sound when you put the key in. A lot of you, if you had an aftermarket radio in, you won't get that sound. Or the console, the rear console on the back of the H2, and I'll show you that in a minute. I'm sorry that it's getting dark. Anyways, the rear console on the back of the H2. Oh, that got even darker. Where the passengers on the rear can select their own radio station and all that. If you don't have the factory radio on, it doesn't have to be the snap radio. It could be any factory radio. If you don't have the factory radio in, that little console on the back won't work. And that is, it's kind of dark. I don't know if you can see that, but it's that little console back there. That's where the rear people can, the rear passenger can select what station they're listening to and all of that other good stuff. If you have an aftermarket radio that wasn't installed right, for the most part, you won't be able to use this anymore unless you have that that unit. I'm gonna see if I can show you what that looks like. Okay, let's go back over here, and then you can power it up, and you see right here. I don't know if you can see that or not. Out of focus. There you go. That's what it looks like. If yours doesn't work, you'll be able to select whatever radio station or the CD from the front, and all the buttons are over here. For the most part, that won't work if you have an aftermarket radio. But anyway, so again, I'm hoping that this is going to help you out. If you bought the radio and after you did all of what I said, it didn't work, you went back home and you did some research and you find out, well, I got the wrong unit. What you can do is what I just said, replace your amp. I don't have a video yet and show you how to get that amp out of there. The amp, if you have the factory amp, it should be under the center console. You gotta take the whole center console out, and that's where your amp is at. Like I said, I will include a picture somewhere in this video, or probably now you might see a picture of what a luxury amp looks like and a factory amp looks like. There are codes for that, but I don't remember the codes, and those codes can be found on your glove box. When you open your glove box, there's a sticker in there with a bunch of factory codes on it. I quite don't remember what was the factory code that you see in there to tell you if you have a premium or a luxury setup. I'm not gonna think I know, but I'm not gonna say it because I might tell you the wrong thing. But anyways, that's one way of doing it, when they can reprogram everything with the Tech 2. If they can't reprogram it for whatever reason, the only other way you can make that radio work, if you buy the luxury deluxe amp from eBay or offroad, is to rewire your harness to communicate with the luxury amp. I want to include a link in the description to a website where I found all the instructions on how to do that. In my case, what happened was I bought the wrong radio that will only communicate with a luxury amp. So what happened was, after I bought the radio, I got it unlocked, no sound came out of the speakers, and then I had to dig into my center console, pull out my premium amp, install the luxury amp. When you install the luxury amp, if you only get sound from the front passenger side, what that means is that, and you didn't do anything wrong, you did it right, but what that means is that's a way the truck tells you that, hey, you put an amp that came from another truck, please reprogram me. After you take it to the dealership and they reprogram that to your truck, you should be good to go. You're gonna get sound out of all the speakers, and that's pretty much it. Like I said at the beginning of the video, why would you want to downgrade? There's a few reasons for that. There's people that bought these H2s, and they install a nice radio in, but they don't want to give up that radio. They want to use that aftermarket radio on their next truck or the next car. So they take out the radio and they said, now what do I put on it? And they want to be nice to the next customer that's going to buy it. So they go ahead and get one of these head units and they put them in. This video is for people like that. How do I make the unit fully work? That's now. Keep in mind one thing. If you want to make it fully work, a lot of times when you buy these units, they don't come with a UPS antenna on it. You can buy those on eBay or Amazon for like less than 20 bucks. You need to install that. That'll be, or probably I think it might be videos on YouTube on how to do that. It's pretty simple. Plug it in the back of the radio, put the antenna somewhere, and you'll be good to go. And also remember the CD. If you are planning on putting these on your H2, you're not going to get Bluetooth because this unit don't have Bluetooth. This is an 06 unit, and these units didn't have Bluetooth. As far as I know, they don't have. There's no way to get Bluetooth out of the unit itself, unless you buy an aftermarket piece for that. You're not going to get Bluetooth. The GPS on these units, if you want the GPS to work, you have to have a CD on the units at all times. And the newest CD that you're going to find is 2012 for these specific units. If you bought one, it looks just like the one I show you. As far as I know, the newest CD you're going to find is 2012. So there might be roads that are not there, and you got to keep the CD in all the time. The CDs are pretty sensitive. If you leave them on the sun or whatever, I have got 3 already. I got one that just got damaged by the heat, I guess, because I put it in. It's a CD error. There's no scratches on the CD, but I don't know what happened. Anyway, so I hope the video is helpful to you guys. I know it's not the usual video that I post with luxury vehicles and stuff like that, but you know, I feel like I needed to do this video. There's a lot of people that are looking for this info online, and it's kind of hard to find somebody that explains why did I unlock my radio and it's not working. That's the reason why. Thanks a lot for checking out the video. I'm sorry that this is not the typical videos that I post, where some of you guys only come to see the exotics and all of that. I feel like I needed to post this video to help a lot of people that got H2s or Escalades of the same year and they go run to that problem. If this video was of any help to you guys, go ahead, hit that like button. Go ahead and check out one of my other videos and subscribe for more videos. I always post videos on car meets, stuff like this, things that I do to the H2 light body installs. So like I said, I hope you guys liked the video, and like I always said, we'll see you on the next one.